energy we moved in is when Scorpio season started. So that's when these eclipses, and really actually it kind of started moving in April when we started moving to the Taurus Scorpio eclipses. That's when this energy really started.
When you say Taurus Scorpio eclipses,
Mm-hmm.
can you explain that a little bit?
So eclipses, in layman's terms, is beginnings and endings. It's when you have the sun, so the solar energy, and the moon. I'm trying to put it in layman's terms. Basically, it's eclipses, it's portals, openings, gateways, doorways. So if you have anybody used to listen to Divine Insight, when you say rainbows are portals or gateways or openings, that's astrologically. We know that we're not just on Earth. Like, we know beings is in here. So they're here. Like, I don't know no other way to say it. Like, they are here. And the portal.
Right, we already got that. I'm trying to get them get you slow down enough for the people to be able to keep track with when the energy shifted, how the energy, what does it mean when it's shifted? What do it look like in the 3D? So I was just taking you step by step.
Okay, so
we going into Taurus, Scorpio eclipses, and now we have a eclipse and the blood moon on the same in the zodiac sign of Scorpio.
And the year of the tiger. This is the year of the black tiger as well.
The year of Shango, which is Shango's energy.
With the big year 6, year of Shango. That's why I said, because we talk to all the time, I'm already with you because you've been prepping me on this for some years now. But it's just like, the year of Shango, the year 6, you know what 6 is, I know what 6 is. 6 came to do what we gonna do, destroy and rebuild. Right. We're gonna flip it, like you say, flip 180 flip south, 180 flip north, right? 72 each way around. So that's a 3, I mean, you know what I'm saying? So it's like boom. But this is the year of Shango. Let's start there. This is the year of Shango. Hold on.
And I thought somebody put Mars retrograde in Gemini, so yeah.
And then everybody's saying Taurus is money
right now. Yeah.
Taurus is the bull. That's why. And when you're talking about stocks, you're looking at the bull and the bear. Taurus is money. By being Scorpio, that's money, but it's also just as quick as it is to reward you. Because my mother's a Scorpio. Just as quick as it is to reward you, it's also quick to punish you. As you see, there will be blood on this, like anything with a tiger, there's blood. Anything with a scorpion, there's going to be attacks. Shango, there's attacks, but it's strategic. It's political. Shango is political. So I'm sorry.
It's also harmonic, right? Because Scorpio is all or none, right? So it's not no hiding. It's not no grays. And kind of also when you look at Taurus Scorpionic energy, it's, if you haven't been doing right, so whether it's eating right, whether you haven't had your energy, it's the Anubis energy. Think about it, light as a feather. It's weighing of the heart, right? So we are literally in Anubis energy of the weighing of the heart. So if your shit ain't been right, that's why, like, if y'all been seeing videos online where they're saying kids was in school and it seemed like they're falling out, whether you want to say it's because of the shot or the energy, no, the DNA is upgrading. So when people were saying about eating right, I'm not saying people have to all be vegan or whatever, but the energy in the crystalline DNA and the weighing of the heart, the Anubis energy is on the planet. Like,
consequences.
The consequences of the Anubis energy. So you know the Mexican hairless dog, the Zoloto. Right, that's not the jackal that they tell us from Egypt. It's the dog from Mexico. Right. When Anubis comes with Tehuti, they call it the brothers of destruction.
Right.
Because the father, Osiris, is followed by a black dog. The great father is followed by a black dog. And the black dog is Canis Major.
Yes.
Right? But the black dog is followed by a puppy because right behind it is Canis Minor. Right? So that's a three-parent lineage on the father line, so Tubal Cain. Okay, what that means is it's a father, a son, and a grandson all working to be righteous to the same degree. So we come across in the translation of the stars is the great father walks with a black dog and the black dog comes with a puppy. Right? Because Canis Major is followed by Canis Minor, and Canis Major is on the heels of Osiris, or as we call him, Orianos. Right? So his belt is the 3 sisters. Right? He used the 3 sisters to flip the mother line. But if the 3 sisters pick the sun, then they bump the sun to a 4-corner shuffle. That flipping to the other side of the star system. Because the two arcane and the four corner shuffle is the seven sisters of the Pleiades, the Pleiadian seal. And the Pleiadian seal, as above, so below, is the La Palma Islands, right? What we call the Canary Islands. And the Canary is the first in the motherfucking cave when the mining expedition go on, because they the most sensitive. So when the seven sisters seal you, you seal for sure. And when the father's line flip you off a two-ball cane for the mother line to give you a four-corner shuffle, they validating who you is by not even telling you nothing, because they're doing it in your face behind your back. Now, when you were saying you went to some of my old videos, remember, I said when the energy grid start to shift and the energy start to upgrade, and Big Mama turned their mitochondrial off.
Yep,
remember
you did.
I said that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I said they're going to come up with every excuse to tell y'all why these motherfuckers is just dropping dead, but they really not going to be able to tell you the truth.
Because you talked about that mitochondrial DNA. You sure did.
So that was what, 2018?
That was 2018.
So we in 2022. So that's at least 2.5 years. So I was telling them 2.5 years ago that they're gonna cut when the mitochondria starts to get shut off. They're not gonna have an explanation. What's the cause of sudden adult death syndrome?
I don't know. Talk to me. Tell me.
They don't got no cause of death.
They don't have one.
I want to say it, but like I said, I got a couple of my other pages blocked already. But consequences. We're going to say consequences. Because you didn't listen, because you didn't use rational sense. What common sense? Rational sense. You let motherfucker play with you like a guinea pig. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
it ain't that. Before that shit even came about, I said this.
It's the crystalline. Like it's the.
Now that could be a contributing factor to some of the cases, but it was going to happen anyway.
Like I believe.
Some of the ones running around calling themselves gods, and didn't do that self work, and didn't get that dirt and no good rightness out of it.
That shadow work is a requirement.
They trying to beat Big Mama out their head by running their head into the walls.
It's the cleanup. That's why everybody not gonna go. It's a lot of people not gonna go. I'm telling you, it's the cleanup.
You know what's funny? I'm glad you said that part. I'm sorry.
My thing is, if they over 12, kill them all.
Yep.
If they over 12, kill them all. We'll start with the youth.
That's what they. Yep.
OG, I ain't gonna lie. She said some real stuff. She was like, everybody ain't gonna make it, but for the ones that do, right? I'll be on some aces and places stuff. I'm real big on black economics. We've been talking about this for years as well. And one of the places we can start is funding our own. If we're saying that we're at war, then funding the soldiers, funding the shit that the people need, fund the centers, fund all this type of stuff. And when I'm saying funding, it ain't always about money. I think we should all, like the same way we said back in the day, each one teach one. There's all of us out here talented and stuff. Brick masons, teachers, hair stylists, everything, bro. You know your art. You know your. I really want to just get to a point where, especially since you got so many people that just love you, get people to sign up for a situation where they're offering talent, they're offering their God-given abilities and stuff like that, or what they do or bring to the collective. You see what I'm saying?
They don't have to here in a minute, because just like when I sent the thing about the Bitcoin, we talked about the Federal Reserve, in a minute, this whole thing's going to come down crashing. You know, we've been told about, people are prepared for the fiat thing, but I'm going to tell you what a lot of people aren't prepared for is this crypto thing. A lot of people in the conscious community have invested in crypto because they were ill-advised, and this shit should be shut down, I'm telling you. So they're going to be coming running, and they're going to have to barter. They're going to have to trade. They're going to have to use gifts, talent, skills, and abilities amongst one another and amongst tribes. And my thing and the message that the spirit and the ancestors told me to make sure I conveyed is one, be prepared, because a lot of us aren't prepared, but most importantly, not to fall into a spirit of depression, because I'm telling you, I really sense it and I see it. Because a lot of people, I'm saying within the conscious community, they've invested a lot of money preparing and thinking, I'm ready for this when this fiat fall, and this shit gonna come down. So they're going to do it because they're not going to have but a choice to do it. They are, because we're going to have the nation build. That's it.
So what we don't realize is we've been building a nation in a nation the whole goddamn time. They thought we was dead.
Yeah.
They thought we was laying down and that we wasn't learning nothing from history. They didn't think none of us paid attention to Marcus Garvey. They didn't think none of us paid attention to Du Bois. They didn't think none of us paid attention to Booker T. Washington or Carter G. Woodson. They absolutely forgot about Malcolm. They thought we were some scared to death ass Negroes that wasn't gonna listen to Malcolm, and that we was only gonna listen to Martin until that nigga got militant. Then they decided we gonna kill this nigga to show the motherfuckers not to stand up. But they thought there was none of us paying attention. I'm gonna tell you this: Elijah Muhammad's job was to build us a military.
Right.
The tribes, the tribal leaders is to make a noise for your tribe to know where you at.
Have peace and harmony on you.
Hey.
He said he puts peace and harmony on everybody.
Thank you.
Go back to bed, dude.
That's my lady. Now that's a little boy. That's a little young guy. That one right there. I told you, that one right there. That one right there. He's fish.
But I don't know if that's gonna be feasible because we probably gonna want somebody else on the dollar. We probably ain't gonna want no people. We probably gonna want to use totem animals or something. I'm on the $50 bill. King motherfucker come, Gorilla Gride, GD Ride off this motherfucker.
Yeah, this is
Big 50 in the house.
This is X Rod, his thoughts in Alabama Riverfront Brawl. I think you talking about that when they fight on that boat. I think that's what he talking about. That boat.
That's exactly what they talking about. You know, Treaty had a hat. He threw his hat in the air.
Yeah.
Right. It's a Treaty of the Hat. It's a war call.
Yeah. Why would they? Yeah, I wonder why they promoted that shit like it was just some kind of.
So you would go Google. So you would go to Google and type in Treaty of the Hat. You got to remember, they broke every treaty. They never honored one because they didn't think that we was going to ever figure out who he is and hold them to the reality that they fraudulently created contracts under false pretenses. Half of the treaties were signed with $5 Indians that ain't from here.
Right, that's right.
They brought them with them and dressed them up like us with feathers and shit, our ceremonial garb that we wear for Mardi Gras. They put that on them motherfuckers like we wear that shit everywhere we go.
That's right.
We dress up for Mardi Gras all over the country.
That's true. That's true.
All of a sudden we forget that we dress up for Mardi Gras. We finna celebrate this shit. This is hostile takeover. This is the getting rid of the corporate fiction from off the land. The war already been being fought. While y'all was sitting here watching this Biden fiasco and the Ukraine fairy tale story, the war already been being fought guerrilla style and guerrilla warfare all over the world.
Right.
All you got to do is look up the forest fires. Why in the fuck is it that many goddamn forest fires?
Right.
Because those people who was making all that money, they was hiring and training private military. They was buying boys from China and Korea and as little boys and raising them up to know nothing but war. Right? So they had to be annihilated. If you wasn't one of them, you was the automatic enemy. When they send you up, when they send them out, they come out and tear shit up. Them they sleeper agents. They was getting other kids in other parts of the world doing this Jason Bourne shit on them.
Right. So the white people, like somebody say, like it's gonna be a war, but like a civil war or a racist war between whites and blacks. See, that's the game that they playing. The white and black.
That was part of that was part of the divide and conquer strategy.
Right.
Because if you know American history for real, you would know that before there was one slave over here, it was pale faces walking around on the land with us.
Right.
Right. How do you think Maman Brigitte got into the pantheon of the Orisha? She a red-haired white girl.
Go ahead.
Right? How did she get there? Because we already had people of high mystic value coming from all over the world to learn here. This is the great metropolis of learning. Whatever you do over here, if you don't do nothing else, learn something.
right.
Right. So now at the end of these conclusions, what have we learned? The local government is the most important government to reclaim because that's how the people in the community take back their community. And if enough of us take back our community, we can meet the needs of the community better because it's in the hands of the people who live there. A lot of these communities was redlined and X'd out because we had nobody from the community who understood what was going on in the community and said, oh, they don't need nothing, they ain't asking for nothing. Squeaky wheel gets the oil. So by taking back the local government, by organizing a new city council, overthrowing the old one, the legal fiction, they'll let you go, they'll get out your way.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We did several videos on that. Because local government is the only control you truly have. That federal shit, that shit made up. That's a circus.
Mm-hmm.
That's a dog and pony show to keep you deluded as to what's going on in your face. What purpose do politicians serve? They don't write no motherfucking law. They get the law that was written from a motherfucking group of lawyers in a room somewhere.
It's just about money to me.
That's all it is.
What is money gonna get advocated to? That's all they do.
Right. So they come in and they criminalize what's natural to the people to make the people a natural criminal. Wow. Pay attention. Wow. The things that you do naturally, smoke marijuana, smoke cigarettes, right? They put restrictions and bans on it. So that's going to make you be they automatically belligerent to you.
Yeah, I see exactly what you're saying. Make your natural culture illegal. And then, you know what I'm saying? So you got to do what you naturally do. They can now bastardize you and criminalize you for doing what you naturally did on your land. Like with Bob Marley. Bob Marley, he's a Rastafarian, so in his religion, he can smoke, right? So I think he had came over to America with a certain amount of marijuana, a couple pounds, I think, and they arrested him, but they had to let him go eventually because they said that, it was part of his religion. He had like 5 pounds or something. It was crazy, right? At the airport and shit. Yeah, so it is protection for indigenous people in the Indigenous Rights Act.
Right. So the Indigenous Rights Act is not a law, and they're not law. Okay. What they is a descriptive analysis of at what part of them resisting our culture are we at. So they telling us in the Indigenous Rights Acts, if we follow our own culture, oral traditions, be self-determining, and prove it, right? Yeah. Then they gonna get out our way.
So that's all we gotta do.
That's all it means.
We gotta self-determine. Be self-determined, man.
Yeah. So that's what's the problem with Baba. The problem with Baba is he was setting up the structure back up. He was reforming the community and buying up land.
Go ahead.
Right? That became belligerent to the system because he would start automatically going back to our tribal culture.
Right.
Right? So they take him out to bust the tribe up. Right? So now that get him a little bit longer to play their game.
Yeah, because it was almost over for him, man, right then.
Yeah, Baba had him in the headlock. The entire record of the United Nubian Nations and more gonna be a bad mofo when he put it out.
Oh yeah.
Because remember, Let's Set the Record Straight was just an excerpt from it.
Yeah. See, look, it's some stuff that Baba didn't get a chance to. Yeah, but see, we working on some of it right now, man. We just ain't talking about it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Bottom line, Chief, what needs
I was reading the question.
Okay. Hey,
it's really literally about how aware are we of our culture And some people over here did ancestry do trace back to Africa. But the tribes that was already here is the ones we focused on. And we don't have no problem with nobody as long as they don't try to interfere with us restoring the matriarchy and rebuilding the clans' tribal rights, restoring the tribal rights back to the clans, right? We can clean the streets up in a week. We can stop the violence in a day. But you can't do none of that when your enemy is ruling over you, causing these things to transpire on purpose, and we not doing nothing to stop them. The internet is just a tool, people. It's like a wrench in a toolbox. And I don't be on here all day, every day, right? Contrary to popular opinion. But I do know what I'm talking about. And I do know that the entirety of this shit show is about to come to a grand finale real soon.
Right. That's right. Says what about an article? That's interesting. That's my first time hearing that.
Look, America never honored a treaty, nowhere. All of their position of treaty power was predicated up on a construction